in a woman who has been an education equity warrior in the Commonwealth of Virginia. State Senator Jennifer McClellan is here. She represents Virginia's 9th District. Senator McClellan, the streets were very happy that you were coming on the show. I heard a lot from folks about your appearance, and I feel like it's because you have been just laser focused on this issue. You wrote a letter to the Board of Education about your personal experience as an African-American woman and as a product of Virginia Public Schools. And in the letter, you say, in part, that throughout my life, I have seen how a lack of awareness and understanding of the complicated history of the African-American experience in America and our Commonwealth has stoked racial tensions. You go on to say you learned very little in school about your state's often brutal African-American history. I have my thoughts, but why do you think that history is not being taught?
Well, because, first of all, thank you for having me, Simone. And I think people don't want a true, accurate, complete history to be taught because, frankly, they want to whitewash history and make everyone feel comfortable rather than learning and grappling with the complicated family trauma that is Virginia and American history.
Isn't that history also Virginia's history, though? And furthermore, American history? Isn't that how we should be thinking about it?
That's exactly how we should be thinking about it. I mean, Virginia, in and of itself, the birthplace of American democracy, but the birthplace of American slavery, both are part of our legacy. Both need to be taught and both need to be reckoned with. And the first step in that is having an honest conversation about that history so that we can heal and move forward.
So do you think that the honest conversations are actually being able to be had in Virginia? I mean, I do understand that the governor walked his proposals back just a little bit, but that was only after a backlash. Had no one said anything, I feel like the proposal would have stood.
Well, the good news is people in Virginia want this history to be taught. We were beginning to have a reckoning with our history and honest conversations. In some cases, in ways we didn't want to because of the blackface scandals of 2019, because of the murder of George Floyd. But we started to have that conversation, and we need to continue to have that conversation. So I'm not surprised that people were outraged and made their voice heard, and I expect they're going to continue to do so.
So what is next then, Senator? When will Virginia's curriculum proposals be approved and also implemented?
Well, they'll be put before the board again in January. And if they are approved by the board, they will go forward with public comment and a public input session. They won't become final without that public input session. And I encourage everyone watching, particularly Virginia parents, to make their voice heard so that our children can continue to learn a complete, accurate history and not the whitewashed version that I learned in school in the 70s and the 80s.
State Senator Jennifer McClellan, thank you very, very much for being here, our education equity warrior.